The perils of unsafe abortion. In India, abortion was legalized 48 years ago, but the saga of women suffering due to unsafe abortion still continues. This is the story of Ramabai, who became pregnant for the third time in rural Maharashtra, where, like most of India, the desire for a boy child often overrides other concerns. Ramabai narrates her harrowing tale in her own words. I am a mother of 2 baby girls. During my second delivery, my family was eagerly waiting outside the labor room praying for a boy. However, destiny had its own plans and I was blessed. Cursed, they thought, with a beautiful baby girl. My husband and mother-in-law were disappointed. It took them a while to accept our girl child. When my baby was a year old, the contraception failed and I found myself pregnant again. Both I and my husband agreed that we did not want any more kids and decided to immediately terminate the pregnancy. The problem was who to approach. There were many gynecologists near our home, but I wanted to go to a safe place where my family and mother-in-law would not get any wind of it. They had vehemently disallowed my tubectomy after the arrival of our second daughter. They wanted me to try for a boy. Where did you get these? I asked my husband when he gave me 4 abortion pills. Don't worry. I met one of my friends who underwent a similar situation. He took me to a doctor who gave me these pills for just 2,000 rupees, he said. I had never heard of this doctor's name before, but my husband reassured me. Don't worry, dear. This doctor has handled many such cases. He is an expert. I took the pills. But 2 days went by and there was neither bleeding nor pain in abdomen. The baby apparently was still inside my womb. My husband took me to the same doctor. His clinic was far at the other end of town. A small board hung outside his door. Inside, he made us sit comfortably. Don't worry, sometimes when pills don't work, we have to go for one simple procedure. Trust me, I have handled a lot of these cases, he said. I'm ready, doctor, I said, heaving a sigh of relief. A nurse took me inside the clinic where I was made to lie on a table. She gave the doctor a long metallic instrument which he inserted inside my vagina without anesthesia. It was very painful. The poking and piercing in my private parts lasted 5 to 10 minutes. He then stood upright and said, I think procedure is done. We will keep you under observation till evening. I was suffering extreme pain and bleeding. For an hour or so I kept quiet, but then it was unbearable. You have to bear it, dear, my husband comforted me. Then, incidentally, my brother called me and realized I was in deep pain and agony. When he found out the truth, he rushed to the clinic and, ignoring my husband's protests, immediately rushed me to a bigger hospital nearby. The lady doctor who examined me there said the doctor who had performed the procedure on me had entered the wrong passage, possibly injuring my bladder. Since I had bled a lot, a blood transfusion was required. I was rushed to the operation theatre where a group of doctors worked on me. After a tube was passed inside my mouth, I lost consciousness. When I woke up, I found myself in a ward full of sick patients lying on beds near me. My husband and my mother were beside me, their eyes swollen. I asked them, what has happened to me? Take rest, dear. You will be all right, my husband reassured me. I closed my eyes. They thought I was in deep sleep, but I was awake, overhearing their hushed conversation. My bladder and gut were deeply perforated. Doctors had to cut out my small intestine and repair my bladder. A week after the operation, I'm still weak and my chances of survival are very bleak. Thought uppermost on my mind, who would look after my daughters if I'm gone? It's too late now. How I wish I had not gone to an unauthorized abortion service provider.